Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to make a video about the luxury items that I just don't spend my money on in 2024. I made a list of 10 different things that I used to spend a lot of my money and now I just really don't. And to be honest, I'm really happy about it because now looking back, most of these things were stuff that I would end up regretting, selling, or just kind of like a waste of money. And many of them I was actually very intentional and I would consistently add them to my no buy list of every single year just to try to avoid getting them because I was noticing that they were just not worth it for me. But I do want to say that with this video, I don't mean that any of these items are wrong or bad. I still have many of them. I just don't think that it's worth it for me personally to get any of them anymore. And it has allowed me to save my money and focus on things that I really do like and that I know that just really work out for me. So these videos are just for fun. I just really love the handbag jewelry talk. So if it's the morning for you, same as for me, grab your coffee. If it's a little bit later, get a glass of wine and let's sit down and chat. The first one that I want to talk about, it's probably the one that was the worst for me, and it was SLGs. If you don't know what SLGs are, it stands for small leather goods, and I had such a weak spot for them. I love them so much, and I ended up having quite a big collection of wallets, cosmetic pouches, key holders, card holders, basically every new Chanel or Louis Vuitton collection they would release. Just something really cute. It was not a big of a buy as if you were to invest on a bag, so little by little I didn't realize that I was actually accumulating so many of them and I was not using them as much as I would like to because I was always reaching out for basically the same wallet, and it was this one, which is the Chanel Snap card holder. And basically the card holders were the only ones that I was really using that much, so I decided to basically sell pretty much any SLG that I was not using at least on a weekly basis because there's some of them that I just adore, for example my niece Bibi or my agendas, but the ones that you don't really reach out for that often, you don't really need. And at the end of the day, when I sold most of them, I was able to buy a handbag with that money, and that bag right now I love and use so much. So I just think that I spent so much time and so much money on this little like treats because of course I would go for different colors and more unique pieces that I would really like, but realistically they were not very useful and I was not using them that much. So I can say that I have not bought a single SLG in such a long time. So now I'm a little bit more focused on 1, 2 or 3 bags per year, and I really actively save for them and I don't get distracted by these little pieces and charms and things that usually brands release that don't hold their value, that are not as useful. It's just been working out for me for the best. Number 2 is heavily branded or very trendy things. I used to be way more impulsive when I was shopping because I would see something and just really like it, and I'm still like this. But the thing is that I'm holding myself back way more now because now I know that sometimes I see something, I can fall in love with it, and then I'm not really gonna use it. I just like it. Just because I like something, it doesn't mean that I need to buy it. I can appreciate it for afar. I can continue liking it without owning it. And now that I know and understand my style a little bit more than what I used to a few years ago, I just try to get away from this type of items that have a lot of logos or that are very trendy. I've said this so many times before, but if I like something that is very popular on the runway, on social media, Pinterest, etc., I have it on my radar and I keep it there and I wait for a few months. Then after a few months, if I still want it, I put it on the wish list. But if I put it on the wish list, I still wait, let's say 6 months, a year to get it. And usually by that time, I've already gotten over it and I just don't get it. So basically, putting time in between me seeing something and loving it to the moment that I ended up finally buying it, it has saved me so much money and regretting so many things because this would happen to me quite a lot. I would see something that maybe was a very good deal or very hard to find or just love at first sight, and I would end up regretting it and having to sell that thing afterwards because it was just not working out for me. And the thing is that with luxury items, I expect to own and use these things for the next 10 years, and if I go for something very trendy that maybe I like right now but I don't really see it working out for me in 10 years, I don't see why I should get it because I'm definitely gonna have to sell it or I'm going to eventually stop using it. So it's not really something that I think it's worth adding to my wardrobe. euro. And for me, every single time this happens with anything that has a lot of logos or very heavily branded. Number 3 is designer sunglasses. And I used to love a good pair of designer sunnies, but I don't really do that anymore. They're just so expensive for absolutely no reason. I have found so many other brands that sell sunglasses that I like just way more, and I save so much money. And I know that this is probably not the best, but I am not great taking care of my sunglasses. I always lose them, scratch them. I just put them inside of my bag, stain them, drop them, everything. But I do appreciate good quality sunnies. I try to take care of them, but I am not going to spend 500, 600 on a pair of sunglasses if I know my track record of losing them, and also that I just don't need Chanel, Gucci sunglasses. I'm very happy with polarized, good quality, cute sunnies that I can find on different brands. This one is going to be kind of funny, but no more home designer branded goods. And I know that I'm saying this actively having these two Hermes pillows next to me. I had them on my wish list for so many years. For some reason in my head, every single time that I would think about my dream apartment or moving, I would always imagine the Avalon pillows and the blanket. And I also had the Avalon blanket on my wish list for so many years now, but I just never really pulled the trigger on it because I was just not able to find exactly the one that I wanted. But now looking back, I just feel like no more for me. I'm very happy with the ones that I have, but moving forward, I just love vintage stuff. I love thrifting. I would never get rid of them, but I would absolutely not get any more. Not even from Dior, not even from any other brand. I just feel like my style is going through a different path that is not really this. As much as I love them, I think these are it for me and no more. Designer luxury jewelry brands. And I know that this is going to come a bit of a shocker, and I'm not perfect with this one, but I feel like I'm definitely improving and also moving away from them a little bit more. Besides custom fashion jewelry that I've talked for the last couple of years, that is like the Chanel earrings or Dior, for example, I just don't buy those anymore at all because it's just not worth it. It's not even fine jewelry. They are very expensive and they tarnish and they're just not very good quality. But I can see how every year I gravitate less and less towards Cartier, Tiffany, Van Cleef, and even Chanel fine jewelry. And I am more attracted to local, smaller fine jewelry brands, even going to my local jeweler and asking to make a custom piece. And I don't see anything specifically wrong with buying from Cartier, Van Cleef. I literally use my pieces every single day. Today I'm using my Van Cleef necklace, and I always have on my hand my love bracelet. So I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with them. I just can see more and more how I just like different things now, and I no longer want to have the Cartier sac or the complete set that goes with the necklace and the bracelet with the earrings and everything. I just feel like there's so many beautiful and unique jewelry pieces out there that have a way friendlier price point because they don't have that brand that stands behind them, that is still solid gold, that it's still amazing quality diamonds and different stones. So I do see myself spending my money on this type of jewelry than going to one of these big brands. If I have the opportunity, I think I would always probably go this route. Of course, I'm saying this knowing that if there's a specific piece or a specific scenario, I'm not against buying from any of these brands, but I just don't see myself doing it as much as I used to in the past. I'm someone who is so weak for packaging, so I would always love La Mer, I would always love Chanel skincare, Dior skincare, and now I just don't do that anymore at all. I no longer buy what people on social media recommend, or if I get an ad, or if I go to Sephora and I like something. Not at all. Now I only buy what my dermatologist tells me to buy, and it's not always the pretty stuff, but it's honestly what's been working out the best for me. I think I've never been happier with my skin as I am right now, and I think a big part of it is because I'm just going based on the recommendations of a professional and not what I like, and because the packaging is pink or it sparkles or it smells like vanilla. No, my sunscreen, my moisturizer, it all comes from the pharmacy, so it's not the prettiest, but it's definitely what's been working out for me. So I would highly advise anyone that if you ever have any skin conditions or things that are bothering you, to go to professionals and not just go to social media. So yeah, that is my recommendation. No new bags unless 1 or 2 goes out, and this has been great for me. If I want to buy anything, a pair of shoes, a bag, I need to go to my closet and see what's gonna go out. Having a massive bag collection or so many shoes does not really work out for me. I get a bit overwhelmed and I just don't use everything and just make the most out of owning that item, and I don't feel like having so many bags that I cannot realistically use every single week, every single month is not for me. So every single time that I buy a bag, I have sold 1 or 2 bags. So if anything, I've downsized it quite a lot, and I've gotten to a point where every time that I see my bags and the things that I have in my closet, I love and use every single one of them, and I think it's been great. Yes, sometimes it's very hard to sell or let things go because you love them, but you need to decide then if then it's worth it to bring something new and invest on something new, or just stay with what you already have. So this has helped me hold off from so many purchases and also try new things and let go of others that I was maybe not getting the most use out of. The next one is cars. I was someone who always dreamed of having a very specific car, and now I think I've completely changed my mind on it, because when we moved here and we stopped using the car that much, because here in Barcelona it's very hard to park pretty much anywhere, so we either walk, we take a cab. If we don't take a cab, then we use the subway, or if not, the bus, because it's just such an inconvenience that there's nowhere to park. It's always quite complicated, that we only use the car for grocery shopping or for traveling or picking friends from the airport, but that's basically pretty much it. So the lust and the dream that I had for having one of these dream cars is kind of gone, and I'm very happy with the car that we have because it's a hybrid. It does amazing on the highway. It's small enough so we never have any issues with parking. I have a friend that she has the G-Wagon. She cannot park anywhere in the city. It's quite of a pain. So honestly, right now at this point in my life, after moving, I'm very happy with the car that we have right now, and I don't think that I would invest on a luxury car on the living circumstances that I have right now. It's been a few years with this one, but I don't upgrade every single year, and I was such an Apple fan, so every time that the new iPhone would come out, I was the first one in line to go check it out because I just really liked it. I was on the upgrade program, so I always thought that it was kind of worth it, but now I only do it every 3-4 years maybe. I also don't do it with my iPad, and I don't do it with my computer. If anything, I would say that the laptop would be the one that I would try to upgrade the most, but that is because I edit on my laptop and I needed to be able to handle editing 3-4 hours of footage for a 40-minute vlog and perform and not just crash, because my last laptop was crashing so bad on me. So I did end up upgrading my laptop. But when it comes to my phone, the reasoning that I usually always had behind it was the camera, but now I just invest on a professional camera for filming and taking pictures, and my phone is more like an extra tool that I have throughout the day. And honestly, Apple has not been even making many changes from iPhone to iPhone every single year, so I just don't really see the point on upgrading my phone every single year, even though they make you want it, and I am almost sure that they slow down your phones with every software update. And the last one is no more luxury tech accessories, and this one I've been doing it for quite a while now. So I don't think designer phone cases, laptop sleeves, anything for tech that you are going to change every few years is worth investing that much money on. If I'm gonna have a phone case, it's probably going to be something that, yes, it's kind of cute, but it's also going to help the phone not break if I drop it. And as for my laptop, pretty much the same. I don't think they're as popular as they used to be a few years ago, but definitely I don't buy any luxury tech accessories at all. I just go for what's good quality, comfortable, useful, and actually helps me to have a better use of the item. So yeah, that was the last one. I don't know, I would love to chat with you guys in the comments. I'm going to try my best to not buy any of these things anymore, as I've been doing in the past couple of years. There's always, of course, exceptions to the rule, and I think this applies pretty much for everything, but I would love to know if there's anything that you think that I missed or something that you don't buy anymore in 2024. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. And if you're not done watching, I'm gonna leave you 2 videos right here in case you want to check them out. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye.